Thanks, everyone. And it is really lovely to hear from all speakers. It is really inspiring, and hope I'll add more inspiration with my speech. So, the topic here is who's stronger, you or the limiting belief? Having said this, let's start off with what I will be aiming for. For years, I had a burning desire to make a difference in this world. When self introspection, I noticed something is holding me back with my limiting beliefs. But then I realized, what if I was wrong? That's when everything changed. Louis Hay once said, if you accept a limiting belief, it will become a truth for you. So, what limiting beliefs are you carrying today? Have you ever thought about what is the foundation of your beliefs? What beliefs make you choose your choices? Where did your beliefs originate from? And what made you believe in that? What is a belief really? It's a feeling of certainty about what something means. The challenge is that most of our beliefs were unconsciously created based on our interpretations of painful and pleasurable experiences in our past. But the past does not actually dictate our present unless until you continue to live in there. We can find different experiences to back up almost any belief, but the key is to make sure that we are consciously aware of the beliefs we are creating. We might not be elephants tied to a fence post, but how many of us are tied to invisible ropes in our minds? Maybe it's a voice that says, I'm not creative, or I will never be fit. We grow up, gain our knowledge, experience, and strength, yet that invisible rope still holds us back. Have a closer look into your own day to day lives. You'll notice limiting beliefs trying to question or stop you from trying. You're too old to play sports. Your body isn't flexible to adapt for new activities. You aren't cut for this. It's too hard and difficult. These limiting beliefs are fears disguised as facts. They are false beliefs that prevent us from pursuing our goals and desires. For sure, these are designed to protect you from failure, criticism, adversity, and they also hold you back from growth, success, your full and to become your full potential. They're opposite of mental strength. As I mentioned in the beginning of my speech, that very question of what if I'm wrong made me take this journey. This year, one of my personal development goals is to work on my limiting beliefs. I set a vision for myself. I break down my vision to smaller goals, and for each goal, I investigate and dissect my thoughts, its origin to past experiences. I'm being the witness for my own thoughts, actions, environment I'm in, people I'm surrounded by, how it is influencing and impacting me. Using this research, I create a hypothesis, analyze it, implement it, test it. If required, I redefine it and reiterate the entire process if necessary. And finally, I measure my results. After all, I'm from the product world. This is a continuous process and I keep evolving, addressing each pain point. So, how I am working on my limiting beliefs, let's dive into that. I took some references on ways to work on limiting beliefs and I customized these according to my journey. The first one is ask yourself, what if I'm wrong? Generally, limiting beliefs lose their power as soon as you consider that they may not be true. If you think you can't achieve your dreams as you aren't good enough, ask yourself, what if you're wrong? Again, if you think it is too difficult, ask yourself, what if you're wrong? As a mental exercise, adopt the ability to simply question your own beliefs and find alternative possibilities. Challenge yourself to imagine a world where your assumption is incorrect. What would that look like? What would it take? The second one, how is this belief serving me? We like to imagine ourselves to be the victims of our own limiting beliefs, but the truth is that we adopt these beliefs because they serve us in some way. Just as the elephant believes it is difficult to pull away from the fence post because that belief served the elephant at one time, it prevented the strain and struggle of failure. We generally hold on to these limiting beliefs for the same reasons to protect ourselves from struggle and failure. Also, we often hold on to limiting beliefs because they make us feel special, self righteous, and that we deserve special attention. Third, look for evidence, whether it is from your life or someone else's. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that this limiting belief is or isn't true? Start by looking at your own personal experience. You may have had negative experiences in your past that make you feel like something is true. For sure, it's important to acknowledge those, but at the same time, you can ask yourself, is it likely to happen again? After that, you can look for places in your own lives where this limiting belief wasn't actually true. We often find it easy to identify where things go wrong. Sometimes we need to think a little harder to come up with the examples of where things went right. Other times, you don't have any personal experience related to your limiting belief. That's when probably you can look the evidence from other people's life. Ask yourself, are there other people in similar circumstances who are doing this successfully? The fourth one, keep asking questions. Have time for yourself every day. Ask yourself the questions like, why do I believe this is true? Why is this actually an issue? What's the worst that could happen? If that happened, how would I handle it? Would I still be okay? Create alternative beliefs. That is my fifth point. Come up with the ways in which you may be wrong. What small steps can I take that will make you closer to your dream? What smarter ways can I work to make it efficient and productive? There is nothing stopping you other than your own mind. It's not as simple as choosing a belief and then you just say, believe it. It is getting in the habit of questioning your beliefs and trying out new ones. Sometimes it even helps to write these down. Write your own journal, your assumption, and then probably come up with 4 to 5 possible alternatives to that assumption. This forces you to see that not only do you harbor some limiting beliefs, but that you have options, you're choosing what to believe in each and every moment, even if you don't realize it. With repeated practice in noticing your limiting beliefs and imagine new ideas to replace them, you will start to notice the thousands of tiny, small decisions you make based on your limiting beliefs without even realizing it. And that's when you will have more control over what you choose to believe. The final step is to create these alternative beliefs as though they're hypotheses in an experiment. Now, you have got to try them out and see if they work. Until we are willing to actually see if these alternative beliefs play out in the real world, we can't be certain of what is true and what is not. And most of the time, we will find that we were actually wrong about what we initially believed. It simply takes the self awareness to consider that we may have been wrong and have the courage to go out into the world and see if we were wrong. In many ways, we can be our own worst enemies. We are confined by our own perceptions, constrained by our own understanding of true and false. So challenge yourself in your own understanding. Test those ideas. You are never at the full expansion of yourself. There is always room for growth. Just make sure you aren't the one that's stopping it from happening. Or if it is easy, probably build a support system where you have an accountable partner. You can join a group with like-minded people, or you can work with a coach. So today, I'm questioning you before you go to bed. I encourage you to write down one limiting belief you have carried for too long. Then next to it, write, what if I'm wrong? Because if your beliefs don't empower you, it's time to change them.